taking part in this extempore, and obviously you have delivered well on your topic which has been given to you. The urbanizations has widened the gap between the rich and the poor. You have also told that everyone has the right to access the technology and the healthcare, and you have also focused on the matter that rather than sitting and talking about this and focusing. So, proceeding this event further, I would like to call the participant of GEC Gopalganj, Isa Kumari. Come here and choose this seat. Isa Kumari. Isa Kumari, GEC Gopalganj. Yes, sir. And the topics he has got, sir: electric vehicle, real solution or temporary trend. I would like to repeat: electric vehicle, real solution or temporary trend. Start the time.
That's a kind of technology that if we use technology in a wisely way, then we can see that what's going on in our planets, and if we have idea about technology, that how to use it, that what is wrong and what is right, so that how we will use, then we can use it. It's depend on us. And we know that, guys, that there is a 2 points. Everyone know that every point has 2 sides. Right? In the same way, technology has also 2 sides. Like it's also a destruction of planets. There is nowadays a lot of technology has come, and everyone has depend on technology. That I will give you example that just I'm giving you example that if we will talk about in our past time, that time our ancestors visit from here to there out of India, they never use car, bikes, etc. thing. But nowadays that we have to go from Chapra to Siwan, we will use the machinery like a van, okay? And so this is the point. And we know that nature has a law. Nature has a law, okay? And technology has destroyed the nature law. There is a human touch, and our real feelings. We all are living in real worlds, but nowadays we all are not real. We have becoming day by day virtual because of technology. Then this is the great point for that. Technology is destruction of an planet's rule. And I will talk about in the last. I will conclude in my last that this is the not matter that technology is good or bad. Okay, it's depend on our feelings that how we will use. Even we will use technology proper way, even a safe of our immunity, human touch, and we know that what is wrong and right, then it will be good for us. But if we totally depend on technology, and we follow the rule of robots, automation, etc., and we don't use our personal minds, then we will lose our feelings, our emotion, and our human touch. So it's depend on on us. So now, in the last time, I will tell you all that technology should remain in our hands. We should not remain in human. We should not remain in technology hand. Thank you.
Very, very thank you to Gaurav Parvat, who has kept his point on the topic, can technology save the planet or it is a cause of destructions? Well said. He had kept the point of both, whether technology will save the planet, and on the point also it is a cause of destructions. So I would like to extend a thank to Gaurav Parvat to take part in the extempore. To proceed this event, I would like to call the next participant, and the participant from the LNJPIT Chapra College, and I would like to call Ananta. Please come and choose. Ananta. Her name is Ananta. Ananta Kashyap. ANANTA. So she has chosen the topic. She has chosen the cheat, and the topic which she has got is urbanization widen the gap between rich and poor. Urbanization widens the gap between rich and poor. And her time started. Yes.
Respected judges and all presentee. My name is Ananta and I am from LNJPIT Chapra and I belong to 2K24 batch. The topic that I have been given for this extempore competition is Urbanization widens the gap between rich and poor. The topic only states, or if we focus on the topic, let's see that this is not a question statement. Rather, it's a very affirmative or a conclusive type of a statement that clearly states that yes, this is true. And definitely I do not here claim that it can be seen in all the parts of the country or in all the parts of the region. But definitely in today's world as well, in today's generations as well, there are many reasons and many areas where we can see the very clear impact or the very clear vision of this, that definitely there is a very huge gap, there is a very tremendous gap between the rich and the poor. Why we say so? So urbanization, from a very long period of time, people used to think that urbanization or modernization is only constrained or restricted to the fact of having tall and high buildings and bridges and supermarkets and malls and movie theaters and all of these things. But later on, now we do understand what the core meaning of urbanization is. Urbanization is not restricted to having high buildings or just the materialistic impacts in our society, but it is also related of having a true development that is inclusive in terms of education, in terms of development, in terms of technology, in terms of justice, that includes or binds the entire society in a single stream. Let's take an example. We'll say that a true development is happening in our society or can be clearly visible or can be clearly seen in our society if a girl sitting in a village has the same opportunity to become a doctor as compared to a boy sitting in a city. Why we say so? Because technology has given that path to anyone, like even the smallest of the smallest person in the smallest of the villages have the access to technology to go and achieve whatever they want to do beyond of the limitations of where they are born, who they are, from what caste or from what creed or from what gender they belong to. The next point which I'd like to say is urbanization, or if we say what true development is a basic need that should not be restricted on the basis of what the economical background of that particular person is. It should be free from that. If it depends or it is relying on the fact that what the economic status of a single person is, then it's not a basic needs, rather it's just a commodity that the richer can attain or the poorer that or the poorer cannot attain. If we talk about India, so focusing on the topic, we should always have a positive side. Definitely, this particular thing is very much absorbable in many parts of India, where urbanization has created a gap between the rich society and the poor society. What we need to focus is, as a BTech student, as an engineering student, as a part of the 70% youth of the population of the India, we do not need to focus on what the problem is, but rather we need to focus on what the solution can be. A true urbanization, or the fact that there is definitely a gap between the rich and the poor, should be focused to be minimized in a way that everyone should have access to justice, to technology, access to technology in terms of accessibility, in terms of affordability, access to a healthcare. Access to a good healthcare is also a very, very important part of our society. Many a times we see that rich peoples can afford private hospitals and etc. And we see that because of the lacking of the good healthcare system, many poor people die. Think of high-rise buildings and tall buildings. Is not limited to that, is not just a concise concept, is not that concise concept, but is actually a much more broader concept. It's about what healthcare is. It's about what education is available to everyone. It's about what kind of justice people have access to. It's about what technology people have access to. So definitely there is a gap, and what we need to do is we do not need to sit and just talk about it. We actually need to go at the ground and work upon the fact that how this vacant space can be filled. That's all from my side. Thank you.